All right, I'm going to share my screen so that you guys can. It's, let's see if I can start the PowerPoint if it will work. You tell me. All right. All right, we're going to go ahead and start our meeting. I'm going to end in prayer, so I'm just going to go ahead and begin. I'm going to give a lot of information. The slides that I'm going to show, I'm also going to make into a PDF and send both on Remind as well as the email so that you have this information, especially because there's some links on here that are super important. So, first and foremost, in case you didn't know, we are doing You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, which is a wonderful show to do during this time period. And we'll talk about that in just a few moments. Uh, Speaking about communication and Remind, in case you haven't joined and you're not getting text from me, I send a text almost every day. Um, that is the number that you would use. It's if you're going to text it, it's at. You have to actually text the at sign HCAC Brown for Charlie Brown to the number 81010. I think most of you guys are on it because, but if you're not, I do have that listed there for you because I do communicate. I try to. I say this every time. I try to over communicate, meaning I know that students don't share everything with you. So if you hear and you're seeing it in several different forms, make sure that you know what's going on because the next 2 weeks are going to be crazy. So I have that for it. Uh, I'm just going to show you. I know you guys have gotten this. This is a play practice schedule for this coming, well, tomorrow, Saturday, and next week. This was sent out, and I do a daily thing with it. Tomorrow, as you can see, it only has to be the 6 leads that need to be there. Um, and they're working online. So you can see that. So the others have a day off, but Saturday is a big practice. We are going to be practicing in the cafeteria. We are not able to get into the church until Monday. So we're going to do everything there. I am going to ask, and I'm going to remind the kids to wear clothes that they can paint in. We have to do a lot of painting for the set and for boxes and things that we're doing, and we want them to do it because God bless, it's their show, and we want them to be able to look at it and say, "Hey, I did that one." And so we're going to have them do it. So just old T-shirts, shorts, because they're not going to put on costumes tomorrow or Saturday. Sorry, they can do that. You're going to see next week. We are going. You can look at the time. There's sometimes it's a little bit later, like Monday, 5:30, Tuesday, 6 o'clock, Wednesday, 5, Thursday, 6. Friday is going to be a big practice, but it is only going to be the leads. It's a crazy day. Next Friday, it's a half day for the school. But after they get a half day, teachers have to stay to 3 o'clock. So I'm still doing a practice for that. And again, I will send that information. If ever we find out that there's something wrong and we have to go more than 10 minutes past our time, I will send a text through Remind. Try to do it about 15, 20 minutes before like if we were supposed to get done at 6 and it's 5:30 and I'm looking going, we're not going to get done at 6. It's going to be closer to 6:10 or 6:15. I will send a remind so that way I can hopefully catch anybody who's driving to say, you got a couple minutes. But again, I try to do everything I can to keep on my word and to keep them out on time, get them out on time when we have it. Uh, the practice schedule, and again, you got this, and I'm going to send it. You can see, not this week, but the next week, we are going to be doing costuming, all kinds of stuff. Monday, Tuesday, they're later practices. We are asking, and you'll see it in a few minutes on our sign up. We're asking parents to be willing to bring in a snack to feed the kids, but it's a good idea for you also to just have a bag and get extra food in there for them. Um, so that way, because it is later, we'll let them go so they can get home and eat. And my internet is going a little crazy. Hopefully, it stays on. Uh, Also, that week, I still have to talk to administration, but they do try to help the kids out with tests and quizzes and homework just because it becomes overwhelming. And so I will, as soon as I know that information, I will tell you. We are performing 3 times. It is in the auditorium. So it's going to be, it's different this past year. All we did was the cafeteria, but we are in the auditorium. The performances are at 7 o'clock on Thursday and Friday night, Saturday at 12 o'clock at noon, but they'll have to be here earlier, obviously, to get ready. The what we need help with, what I've done is just to make it easier. I have a link that you can go to, and I'll send it so that way because it's you don't have to type it in or anything. This sign up gives where you can sign up to help out with snacks, help out with ticket sales, concession sales, help out with cleaning because that also has to be done a bit in the auditorium. Uh, when when we did the contracts and when we did everything, we did ask the parents to commit to at least two areas. So look at those two areas, find, and if you can obviously do more, but look at them to see where would be the best fit for you. Because I know some things are, it's just easier for you to send snacks in, or maybe you would rather just come when we're done and just help pick up and kind of disinfect a little bit of the areas that we were in for practice. This Saturday, if you can come at any part of the time and help with painting, we would love it because it's always fun. And yeah, we will leave it there. uh, Continuing on, I did send this email out yesterday and I sent it on Remind. Tickets are on sale now. Uh, what we are doing is at this point, we are not limiting seating because we do have so much space, and if we need to, we will open the upstairs in the balcony to help with it. But what we're doing just to make sure is we're only going to sell 25 reserved seats per show. Those people are guaranteed to sit up in the front several rows. And what we're doing, just really quickly to explain, if somebody buys 6 tickets, those 6 tickets will sit together and then we'll leave space for the next one. So once we find out who has purchased for the 25 seats, then we'll know what will be open seating for the rest of it. And right now, the idea is uh, where you are comfortable is where you would sit. So if you're really wanting to be careful of where you are sitting uh, with mask and everything, you have that. We're not going to force you to stay in a specific spot. We're going to kind of leave everything open except for that reserved area. Uh, but we I wanted to let you guys know. I mean, because the tickets are on sale and there's not that many for the just we're trying to protect well the craziness of COVID. The 25 seats per show is what we are selling. Uh, going to talk really quickly to you about costuming. We are providing the majority of their costumes. Some of the kids, boys specifically, and also some of the girls, they will be able to tell you need to have some kind of black shorts. Now, I've purchased some black shorts, and they'll come in on Monday, and those that fit that'd be great. They can wear. I'm totally fine. We can wear uniform shorts with the HCA logo. We might take black um, tape that comes off without messing up uh, material and cover the HCA sign, but don't feel like you have to go out and purchase anything for that. Some of the girls are wearing dresses, and we're also, and they know now already because they've tried on costumes. They're wearing a dress. We still want them to wear shorts underneath in case they are rolling around on the floor. Just gonna say, just to protect with that. They aren't going to be doing shoes, tennis shoes, and I talked a little bit about that today. Uh, the they need to be solid colored. So they can't have logos on them. We don't want them to have a big Nike swoosh or anything. In the 60s, when Charlie Brown, the stories and everything occur, those weren't available. Now, I'm totally fine if you take uh, gaffing tape, is what it's called, or a special. It's like a painter's tape, but that doesn't ruin clothing. And you want to, if you have shoes and you just have them cover them, I'm completely fine with that. Or I put this on here. I found these on Amazon. You can buy. They're under $10. They can have laces. They don't have to have laces. It's whatever they want with it. And they don't. Again, they don't. I don't want the girls in black tennis shoes because it doesn't really go with their costume as much. But they individually they can ask me because then we can look at their costume and say, all right, this would work or that won't work. Boys will wear black socks. Girls will wear white socks. And we're talking about the socks that are about 2 or 3 inches above right above their ankle. Um, the girls, if they want to have lacy ones, totally fine with that. Or if they want to have colored ones that match the costume that they have, because they know their colors that they're wearing. Or even, I told them today, if they feel like their costume, their character is crazy and they want to wear two different colors, I'm completely fine with that as well. But that's the basic. And the nice thing is, which is the first time ever, seriously, ever in a musical, there are no costume changes in this show. So everybody just wears the same thing. So that makes that a whole lot easier on it. Uh, I will let you know our program. We are going to have a paper program this show. I will let you know if we are going to do shout outs, which is like you can pay, I think it's what, $10 for a line, or if you want to do half page or a page, there's different prices. I'm working with Mrs. Ratzlaff on that, and I will send that out to you tomorrow if we're going to do it. Not required, but if you want to. But again, I will let you know as soon as possible so we can get that done. Uh, Makeup, just really quickly explain this. Makeup, because of COVID and all that wonderful stuff, they are going to have to provide some of their own makeup. We're going to provide the foundation because I can take the foundation that we have, place it on a palette, and then they use it, and then nobody else is touching it. So what's going on their face is only touched by them. But they're going to need, um, and it's up to you, just an eyeliner and a mascara. Boys and girls are both going to need that. Uh, Honestly, dark brown is a little bit better for eyeliner than black. On lighter skin, darker skin, a black eyeliner would be fine. And mascara is it just helps to pop the eyes because they are going to be we're using the full lighting system in the church, and that will help with it. They also need a powder, like a face powder. It doesn't have to be loose powder. It can just be a regular powder. What it just does, it helps soak up the sweat. It just needs to match their skin color, and then blush and neutral colors. And honestly, if they don't have any, or you don't have any you want them to use, the best kind, unless they have very sensitive skin, is to Target, Walmart, even online. Elf products are not bad at all. They're good. They will help. They don't break out people unless they're super. They have a super not a high tolerance for, you know what I'm talking about, the hypoallergenic. But very simple. It's going to be very neutral colors. It's just that what we're just doing is just highlighting what they have. Uh, Hair for the guys is pretty simple. The girls, most most hair will either be in ponytails or pigtails. I'll let them choose. Some of them, because of their character and what they're doing, I'm okay if they have a headband. They get a headband and just have their hair back. It doesn't necessarily need to be curled. If they want to curl it, it's fine. But it's pretty. We're doing again. They're children. They're playing 5, 6, and 7 year olds. So it's an awesome opportunity just to be really simple with that. Performances that we're doing. As you can see, April 22nd and 23rd at 7 o'clock. April 24th is at noon, so it's a little bit different. We do strike after the show. And I think everybody has been part of at least one show, so they know. But strike just means everybody stays until it's cleaned up. But we have a system. Everybody has jobs. We get it done. We're usually out of there within 40 minutes of being done with it. By the way, the show looks like it's about an hour and a half. So we will have intermission. So it'll be done in 2 hours. So we'll be done by 2 o'clock on Saturday, clean up and everything. Hopefully, we'll be out the door by 3 o'clock on that Saturday. Uh, Specific help, and I'm just if you are interested in this, because I know it is a crazy time in everyone's life, but these are some specific things I could really use some help with. Uh, this year, this show represents my well, I wasn't here for 1 year because I went on a sabbatical, but Highland's 21st spring musical. Last year would have been our 20th with Wizard of Oz, but God bless, we got to perform that this past fall. So this is our 21st spring musical, and last year, um, the when we did Wizard of Oz, it ended up becoming like our fall plays. It represents 25 years of doing fall plays. So we're making a special night, a special thing of it. I'm actually have I can't believe it, but I actually have every single T-shirt from every musical we ever did, and I have almost every single murder mystery, Little Women, Narnia, all those plays that we did in the fall. And I'm actually having a quilt being made. It's massive. It's a king size quilt that we're going to display on the in the lobby. But also in the lobby, we do a museum. We will take 20 different costumes from the 20 shows that we've already done, and we will put them and put them in the just to kind of create a museum. And if you love putting costumes up or you enjoy our, I don't know, creative or not creative, it doesn't really matter. We just kind of make it look kind of cool when you're walking in to go into the auditorium. We, you walk through the history of Highlands. Uh, Also, if there's somebody who's like, "Hey, I would love to coordinate concessions for you," that does not mean you're working concessions every night at all. It just means God bless Walmart and Walmart delivery. I have it. And so that's how I get concessions here. I do Walmart delivery. It comes to the school. I just need somebody to help make sure it's set up each night, is what I'm looking for. And then also somebody to help with coordinating the flowers. I'm wanting to do something special on Thursday night because we're going to do a legacy night. Um, every student and director who's ever been part of any show that we've ever done, we're inviting them to come Thursday night for free. uh, and we want to recognize them. So that's what that. So if that's something that you're interested in specifically, just contact me, send me an email, message, etc. Believe it or not, I'm almost done. Just ending with this. The very last song that they sing is actually my favorite song. It's just, this show is really just Charlie Brown and children from their viewpoint, their day, throughout their day. And Charlie Brown gets picked on. He loses, well, their whole team loses a baseball game. He likes a little redheaded girl, but she doesn't know he exists. And all these things happen to him. He's even told he's a blockhead. He's told all this stuff. But at the end of the show, he says happiness is finding a pencil. Happiness is the little things, coming home, being together is what happiness is. And this last, it's just, oh, it's just, it tugs at my heartstrings just hearing them singing about that happiness is something that can we can find in everyday life. And I know as Christians, as being part of Highlands Christian Academy, we know that our happiness, our joy doesn't depend on circumstances. And goodness, we all have had circumstances that have been crazy for the last year. But our happiness is that joy that we have from God. And it's exciting to see these kids seeing the joy of being part of a family again, being part of a team and performing a musical. It's exciting for them as they're learning at Highlands and at home and in church as they're learning that the joy of the Lord is their strength, that not everything always goes well, but we can still find happiness. We can look for happiness in every moment of the day. And I know I don't do that all the time, but it's something that I try to do. And I'm trying to encourage them to find that because that's really that's the focus of this is these children, these innocent, wonderful kids in this story finding happiness in each other, and then obviously we know to find happiness in God. Look at that! I went for 18 minutes. Moms, dads, kids, I'm praying for you guys, and I'm here so you can, because I know you know that I over communicate. I send reminds, I send emails. I just want to make sure you know what's going on. But if you ever have a question, you can see me. If I'm really busy and I'm not able to respond right away, I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. But it's an honor and a privilege. And I know if Mrs. Cologne were here, she would absolutely say this, that she well, she's amazing. She loves teaching these kids this kind of stuff. But it is an honor to work with your children, and they are very talented. And it's exciting to see them get sparks of excitement it's and learn to grow and learn how to problem solve. There's so many different things that theater does, and it's so exciting to see them grow in that. So I'm going to pray for us, and that's it. All right, it's that simple. All right, so let me pray. Dearest God, I thank you so much again that we get a chance to do this. I know that this has been a crazy year uh, for our community, our culture, our church, our school, even with the theater and fine arts programs. I thank you for a school that allows us to be able to perform, and I thank you for keeping these kids healthy. And I ask you to continue to do that as we're going into 2 weeks before the show. Jesus, I ask you to give them wisdom, help them to be wise when it comes to keeping their priorities first and foremost for you, and then for their schoolwork, and obviously in focusing on getting their things ready for this show. Lord, I ask you to help this to be, it's going to be a whirlwind. I know that, God, but I ask you to help these next 2 weeks to be some of the best memories that these kids make at school. And thank you, Lord. Thank you that I get to be part of it. And I ask that you just, again, take the whole show, every aspect of it, music, tech, the performances, even just the amount of practices we have left. And Lord, be in control. And we give it to you because we know that's where our happiness comes in. And I pray these things in your name. Amen. As a reminder, the PowerPoint slides I have just showed you, I'm going to make a PDF and I'm going to send and communicate with me if you need it. But it was really good to see. Now I can see your faces. But I will see you soon. God bless.